Use the lasso tool to pick up and reposition parts of a scatter. This must-have altering tip will keep bossy elements from interfering with key parts of your scrapbook page. This video is being filmed in expert mode of Photoshop Elements, but the instructions are exactly the same for Photoshop, except where noted. You may have noticed that when you add a scatter element to your page, that some of the pieces often cover bits of your journaling or your title, making them hard to read. There are times when a precisely placed element helps to disguise an unwanted portion of a picture. However, any time the pieces of a scatter cover a portion of the photo in a way that it just looks funny, it would make sense to alter it. Misplaced scatters confuse our brains and disrupt the flow and design of our pages. When this happens, the scatter should be altered. In this tutorial, we will be altering this scatter using the lasso tool to reposition the pieces and move them out of the way of important elements on a scrapbook page. Let me show you how to do that. First, open the altered scatter.psd file. When working with your own scatter element, you may need to add a drop shadow. For instructions on how to do this, please refer to the manual. The scatter we are using here today already has a drop shadow, so we will skip this step. Now, in the Layers panel, click on the Scatter DS layer to activate it. Before we move on, let's zoom in so we can see what we're working on. Press Ctrl+, Command+ on a Mac to zoom into the scatters on the image. To reposition the zoom, hold down the spacebar and click and drag on the document. Next, let's select one of the scatter pieces that we want to move. I'll start with this pesky scatter right here in the way of my journaling. Get the Lasso tool, and in the Tool Options, click on the New Selection icon, set the feather to 0, and check Anti-Aliasing. On the document, click and drag a selection around one of the problem scatter pieces. Press Ctrl-, Command- on a Mac to zoom out from the image. Next, we will cut our selection and place it on a new layer. Press Shift Ctrl-J, Shift Command-J on a Mac to create a new layer via cut. Before we move or reposition the selected scatter piece, you should know it is recommended not to rotate or transform any of the pieces. Simply stick to repositioning them in order to maintain a uniform look. And now in the Layers panel, the new layer should be active. Get the Move tool. In the Tool Options, uncheck Auto Select Layer and Show Bounding Box. Photoshop users uncheck Show Transform Controls. On the document, click and drag the selected scatter piece to reposition it. For each scatter piece that needs to be moved, repeat steps 3 and 4. In the Layers panel, click on the Scatter DS layer to activate it, and then zoom in. And then get the Lasso tool and select one of the scatter pieces that you want to move. Draw a selection around it. Then zoom out, and then cut the selection to a new layer. Get the Move tool, and on the document, click and drag on the selected scatter piece to move it. If you choose to work with the scatters provided here on your own document, remember to save your work. Here's what my finished page looks like. Altering this scatter by selecting those stray pieces and repositioning them helped to maintain the flow and design of my page. I love how the focus is on Mom and I'm not distracted by a few misplaced scatters. For a free PDF version of this video, click on the download link and then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This has been Gina Harper from Digital Scrapper, the very best place on the web to find complete and professional instruction for digital scrapbooking. We help you get your stories told.